Have you ever looked into the eye of an octopus and felt a sudden, quiet chill? It is not like looking into the eyes of a dog, filled with warmth and a desire to please. It is not like looking at a cat, filled with calm indifference. An octopus has horizontal, slit-like pupils that look less like a creature of Earth and more like something from another galaxy. And if you stand there long enough, you will realize something unsettling. They aren't just looking at you, they are studying you. To understand what an octopus thinks of us, we first have to understand how they experience existence. Their intelligence is unlike anything else on this planet. Two-thirds of an octopus's neurons are not in its brain, they are in its arms. Each of its 8 arms can taste, touch, and make decisions completely on its own. They have 3 hearts, blue blood, and the ability to change their color, pattern, and skin texture in a fraction of a second. They are a mind split into 9 parts, living in a fluid, shifting world. So, what does a creature like this think when it looks at a human? To an octopus, we must look incredibly bizarre. We are rigid, we are dry, we are trapped in a single, unchanging shape. We walk on 2 clumsy limbs, and we are completely helpless in the water. We need bulky tanks and rubber suits just to visit their world. But we also do something no other creature in the ocean can do. We build things. We build glass walls. We construct complex puzzle boxes. And we control the food. At first, we might think they view us just as feeders, but aquarium keepers around the world know the truth is much more complex and a little terrifying. Octopuses do not see humans as a crowd. They recognize us as individuals. They remember faces. They know which keeper brings the fresh crabs and which one brings the cheap, frozen fish, and they act on those feelings. There are stories of octopuses who disliked a specific keeper and would wait, hidden near the surface, just to shoot a high-powered jet of water directly at them whenever they walked by. But their intelligence goes far beyond holding grudges. It involves planning, memory, and a deep understanding of human habits. In aquariums, octopuses have been caught waiting until the lights go out and the keepers go home. They will quietly slide their bodies out of their tanks, crawl across the cold floor to a neighboring tank, eat the fish inside, and then crawl back to their own tank, locking themselves back in before morning. In an aquarium in New Zealand, an octopus named Inky grew tired of his routine. He waited for the perfect moment when his keepers weren't looking, squeezed his bonesless body through a tiny gap at the top of his enclosure, slid down a 50-meter drain pipe, and escaped back into the Pacific Ocean. This isn't instinct, it is problem solving. It is an understanding of human schedules, human limitations, and physical structures. They watch us, they map our routines, and they wait for us to make a mistake. And that is where their view of us becomes truly fascinating. When a dog looks at you, it wants to belong to your pack. When a cat looks at you, it wants comfort. But when an octopus looks at you, it is solving a puzzle. And you are the puzzle. They watch our hands. They see how we turn knobs, open latches, and lock doors. They realize that these transparent boxes they are kept in are controlled by us, but they do not accept us as masters. To an octopus, a human is a temporary obstacle. We are slow-moving, heavy-handed gatekeepers to the rest of the world. Maybe the most humbling thought of all is this. We think we are the ones studying them. We place them in laboratories, we design mazes, and we write scientific papers about their behavior. But while we are busy taking notes, they are watching us through the glass. They are measuring our patience, testing our locks, and finding the flaws in our designs. We like to think of ourselves as the ultimate intelligence on this planet, safely observing the natural world. But when you stand in front of an octopus, you might realize a quiet, terrifying truth. They are not just waiting in those tanks. They are learning us. And they might already know more about our weaknesses than we do about their minds. To think that an animal with no bones, whose evolutionary path split from ours over 500 million years ago, can outsmart us, is a profound shock to our ego. We often measure intelligence by how much an animal mimics human behavior. If a dog obeys, we call it smart. But the octopus does not care about our rules, our language, or our praise. They do not seek our approval. They seek exits. They navigate our artificial mazes not to impress us, but to bypass us. They are the only creatures on Earth that seem to look at human technology and immediately try to find the flaw in the engineering. In the wild, they construct armor out of shells and carry coconut halves across the seafloor to use as mobile shelters. In captivity, they use that same tool-using genius to dismantle our pipes and shut down our filtration systems. It is an intelligence born in the cold, dark depths of the ocean, entirely separate from the warm-blooded, mammalian social structures we understand. They represent a parallel evolution of consciousness, a completely different way of being awake and aware. When we look at them, we are looking at living proof that nature does not need humans to create a brilliant, analytical mind. It forces us to realize that we might not be the absolute masters of this planet, but merely one of many experiments in intelligence. And perhaps the most unsettling realization is that they don't need us, while we are desperately fascinated by them. It makes you wonder what other secrets are hiding just beneath the surface of our oceans. We spend billions of dollars searching for alien life in the stars, yet we might be looking right past it in our own seas. Perhaps the true test of our own intelligence is not how well we can lock these creatures away, but how well we can respect a mind so different from our own. The next time you look at the ocean, remember that we share this blue planet with ancient, silent observers who do not need our technology to understand us. They only need their patience, their curiosity, and their terrifying ability to adapt. If this perspective makes you view the natural world a little differently, you are not alone. Nature is full of mysteries that challenge everything we think we know about intelligence. If you want to explore more stories that challenge how we see the creatures around us, consider subscribing to the channel. Leave a comment below sharing your thoughts on whether you think an octopus could outsmart us. Until next time, keep watching the world closely, because something else is surely watching you.